Hello everyone, welcome back to the episode. In the last episode, we had a debate between the Bloomsbury Residences and One Marina Gardens, and AI Chat have actually chosen Bloomsbury Residences as the better project out of these two. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to compare two land plots within the same region, namely the Tampines Street 95, which is an executive condominium project, and the Tampines Street 94, which is a mixed development project.
Now the sequence of how we'll be doing this will be a little bit different from the last video. Here's how it's going to work. Each of us are going to have 1 minute to state our points on how we would argue that factor for that project. Right after that 1 minute, the other person will have 30 seconds to rebut those points. At the end of it all, what we hope to achieve is that it's clear enough for AI Chat to give us a conclusion on which one is the better project.
Alright, so Tampines Street 94 have a land size of 253,081 square feet in terms of size. It is a plot ratio of 2.6. The developer for this land plot is Hoi Hub, joint venture with Sunway Development. It can house a total units of 585 units seated within the subtown of Tampines West. And one key factor that most audiences want to take note of is that Hoi Hub actually bidded only 2% higher than the second highest bidder. This means that Hoi Hub didn't overpay for this land parcel itself.
Tampines Street 95 land parcel is an executive condominium land with a land size of 241,982 square feet and likely going to yield about 560 units in total. Now, Simlian marginally won that piece of land among 5 other bidders with very close bidding prices, and they just recently successfully launched Orel of Tampines, which is also an EC, achieving more than 90% in sales. Here's another challenge for our debate. Each of us has that 1 minute, and after that 1 minute, if we still continue to talk, the audio will be muted. So you cannot hear anything that we're going to be saying. The AI Chat also can't hear anything that we'll be saying, and they'll just be talking, and nothing will be happening.
Okay, so located in Tampines West, Tampines Street 94 land plot, which is a mixed development project that was bought by Hoi Hub and Sunway Developments, will be linked to Tampines West MRT. And from the master plan, we can tell that there's a lack of private properties within the Tampines West area. And just a kilometer radius away from Tampines Street 94 land plot, there's only 4 existing developments, and out of the 4, 3 of them are 20 years old or more. So the current newest development around the area will be Treasures at Tampines, which we know is not anywhere near the MRT, but have done really well during their launch day. So this implies that there is a strong demand but a lack of supply of private properties within the Tampines West area. And adding on to the strong demand factor, based on what we see historically, projects with commercial components that's near to MRT, such as the Reserve Residences, Lentor Modern and Jayden, have sold 70 to 88% on launch day.
Okay, so in terms of location, I can't argue much because we're in the same location. But just to pick on some points that you were talking about earlier on, right? In terms of being linked to MRT and also a mall below, right? Some of the more common complaints that people have for mixed D, integrated transport hubs and all this kind of thing is that it is very zha. It's very noisy, there's a lot of footfall there, so it might add on to the noise in that area. Also, if you're talking about just location alone, I can also access everything that you can access. It's just that I'm 1 minute walk away. So I can still access MRT and the mall. So to touch on the amenities around the area, again, MRT within 1 minute walk away, new mall, Safra and Bedok Reservoir Park for recreation, plenty of primary school, secondary school within 1 and 2 kilometers. You got Temasek Poly, you got Tampines Round Market, you got 1 MRT station away, 3 major malls, and our Tampines Hub integrated sports hub. And that's the same for both locations. However, if you want to be really picky about both locations, one thing stands out for this EC plot of land, which is that they have 3 sides of unblocked views. You have the school opposite it, which is max 3 to 4 stories high. You have that low-level industrial plot beside it as well, which is also max 3 to 4 stories high. And at the bottom, you have a plot of land for civic and healthcare usage, which is also 3 to 4 stories high. So if you buy high enough of a level, you'll get more premium views compared to his project, which will be blocked all around by HDB.
Alright, Louis, I hear you. You have everything that I have, but one thing you don't have is that I have a shelter. So I can actually not get drenched in rainfall. Okay, the second thing is that the B2 industrial is right opposite the land plot of Street 95, which means there will be higher noise level, emissions, or even potential environmental hazards. And right beside the executive condominium land plot, there's a hospital that's being earmarked to build medical facilities over there. So if someone who is actually pantang or actually believe in feng shui, it might not be the best project to buy in.
Based on the points presented, both projects have strong location advantages. The mixed development at Tampines Street 94 offers direct MRT access and the convenience of a commercial component, which could be very appealing for those who prioritize connectivity and amenities right at their doorstep. On the other hand, the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95 boasts quieter surroundings, 3 sides of unblocked views, and close proximity to parks and schools. This might appeal more to those who prefer a slightly more serene residential environment and don't mind a short walk to the MRT and mall. Overall, if someone values immediate access to transport and amenities, both are solid options, but the better choice would depend on the buyer's lifestyle preferences. If I had to pick one based solely on location, I'd lean slightly towards the mixed development at Tampines Street 94. The direct MRT linkage and integrated commercial facilities offer a level of convenience that can be a significant advantage for many residents, especially in a well-connected city like Singapore.
So Hoi Hub and Sunway actually bought the land for $668.28 million, which translates to $1,823 per square foot for break-even price. So given a 30% profit margin, which we might expect developer to launch it at around $2,300 to $2,400 per square foot. And with Parktown going as high as $2,600 per square foot, I believe this project at Street 94 is fairly priced. Although we are not an integrated transport hub due to the lack of bus interchange, but we do have a commercial component on level 1, and this project will be linked to Tampines West MRT. So in conclusion, I do believe that if developer were to price it between $2,300 to $2,400 per square foot, it will still be considered as attractively priced.
So what I think is you're a little bit conservative on price. The break-even price for Parktown residences was $1,661 per square feet, and they launched at an average price of $2,370 per square feet. Now, knowing that your break-even price is about $160 to $200 per square feet higher, I think it's fair to say that their launch price will be $160 to $200 per square feet higher than Parktown residences, which is why I said $2,550 per square feet. So we can agree or disagree. We might be surprised in the future when developer gives you another price. Now for pricing, judging by the recent 2 launches achieving 35 to 40% profit margins inside Tampines, for example, Orel, profit margin of about 35% and an average of 1,767 per square foot. Street 95 will likely average 2,000 per square foot due to its overall break-even price of about 1,503 per square foot. Now if Street 94 will average 2,550 per square feet as their break-even price is higher, about 200 per square feet higher than Parktown residences, we are talking about a 550 per square foot price difference for 2 projects likely to TOP at the same time. Now, granted, EC will MOP in 5 years, so you can't sell as fast. But if you're planning to stay in it for a longer term, the extra 550 per square feet extra savings is going to go a long way if you're going to stay for 8 to 10 years. And since it's just 1 minute walk across to the mall and to the MRT, it is just as convenient.
Okay, so although you mentioned that the savings are significant, which I do agree, but EC have a longer timeline, which they need 4 years to build and 5 years to MOP. And within this 9 years, me as a private condo investor will have already flipped 3 times and made maybe more profit. And it also allows me for more flexibility because within this 9 years, there's a lot of up and down. I probably can exit the market at a high up, but you probably is still waiting, I'm still in this 9 years timeline, I cannot exit yet. So I can look at you and laugh.
Based on the points you both presented, each project has its strengths in terms of pricing. The executive condominium at Tampines Street 95 offers a lower per square foot cost, making it more budget-friendly and potentially delivering better long-term value for those willing to hold onto the property. This could be ideal for buyers looking for a more affordable entry point and willing to wait through the minimum occupation period. On the other hand, the mixed development at Tampines Street 94 might come at a higher price per square foot, but it offers the advantage of immediate convenience, quicker potential resale options, and the benefits of a commercial component and MRT linkage. For investors or buyers who prefer quicker returns and more flexibility, this project might be more attractive. If I had to pick one based purely on pricing considerations and long-term value, I'd choose the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95. Its lower entry price per square foot and potential for strong appreciation after the minimum occupation period make it a solid choice for buyers focused on long-term affordability and value.
we have plenty of new HDB BTO coming up in this area, and that will be one of your potential buyer pool. And knowing that Tampines area have the highest amount of $1 million flats sold in Tampines, we can safely say that they will be comfortably able to buy over property after 3 years. Okay, so currently there's only 2 land plots for sale that's earmarked for a private condominium and an executive condominium. So these are the 2 land plots I'm talking about right now. So if you take a look at the master plan, we are surrounded by a large amount of HDB in this area, but there's just not many choices of private property in this area for them to upgrade to. So the best choice that's not too old would be Treasures at Tampines, but bear in mind Treasures is quite a distance away from the MRT. And given that St. Hilda's Primary School, which is ranked 12 in the whole region of being oversubscribed in Singapore, we are within 1 kilometer within the range of this school, and we have the first mover advantage, and we are probably the most convenient development right now in Tampines West, and good school within 1 kilometer, a shopping mall just.
So basically, I have no rebuttal for your point because you are building my point, right? I do agree that HDB upgrader market will be the biggest market that we'll be focusing on. But just to add on to your point, it's worth mentioning that Tampines saw the sharpest rise in $1 million HDB flats from just 2 units in 2023 to 21 units in 22 units in 2024. So that's like a 950% jump. So that actually allows us, right, to understand that this is a growing area and it will help in our future exit as well. Now for OCR location, I agree, HDB upgraders are your biggest buyer pool. And again, with a biggest growth in $1 million HDB sales in the area, it gives us confidence for the future as well. Not to mention that the project is surrounded by either newly built HDB or HDB they are still building, and most likely by the time this EC achieves its MOP, you will have newly MOP HDBs as well that are raring to buy the project next to it. And what's a more convincing pitch than my project is 500 per square foot cheaper than your project?
Okay, alright, Louis, very well said. I have only one sentence. 3 years, I can say bye-bye.
Okay.
I can say bye-bye, I buy another location, I maybe earn some money back, and I come back and buy your EC.
Oh, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Both projects offer solid exit strategies, but they cater to different investor preferences. The mixed development at Tampines Street 94 offers a quicker exit opportunity since it's not subject to the minimum occupation period. This makes it more flexible for investors looking to capitalize on market conditions and potentially sell or rent out the unit sooner. The strong demand from nearby HDB upgraders and the convenience of the commercial component and MRT access also bolster its resale potential. On the other hand, the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95 might offer a more substantial long-term appreciation after the minimum occupation period, thanks to its lower entry price and the strong pipeline of potential buyers from new and upcoming HDB flats in the area. It's a great pick for those willing to wait and benefit from the anticipated growth in the area. Overall, if I had to choose one based on exit strategy, the mixed development at Tampines Street 94 edges out due to its flexibility and shorter time frame for investors to realize returns.
Now, Sim Lim is an established developer in Singapore, well known for its quality projects and more importantly, really well-designed layouts. On Quality Housing Portal by BCA, this developer is rated as Conquest Band 1, which is the best rating a developer can get in Singapore. The most recently built projects are Treasure Crest and Treasure at Tampines. And Treasure Crest actually got a rating of Band 1 as well. And Treasure at Tampines is most likely going to get Band 1 when the results are out also, because if you have stepped into Treasure at Tampines before, everybody raves about its quality also. Now, so if past experiences are any indication of future performance and future quality, we are likely going to see Street 95 achieve the same kind of quality.
Alright, so going back to the BCA Conquest band itself, Hoi Hub also have a lot of projects is under the Band 1 as well, so we're on par. And one thing for sure, what we know that is that Sim Lim design can be like really functional, but they are less innovative or even luxurious compared to some premium developers. So later I'll showcase some of the developments that Hoi Hub have done. So their focus are mainly cost efficiency, meaning fewer high-end finishes or unique features. Okay, so Hoi Hub has developed a few commercial malls in London and a joint venture project in Singapore called Royal Square at Novena with Sunway Developments. But although with that few venture into commercial malls, to be honest, their track record for commercial mall in Singapore is definitely not their strong suit, as we don't really see a lot of commercial malls by them. But Hoi Hub is a very experienced developer with more than 40 years of experience. Along with Sunway Development, their recent joint ventures such as Key Residences, Park Central Residences, The Continuum and Novo Place have a pretty mediocre launch day result. But having said that, both Sunway and Hoi Hub have really good conquest track record. So as of now, most of their projects are in the Band 1 category, which is the best rating, so you can be expecting like really good workmanship when you take over their developments or the units you are taking over. And Hoi Hub stands out in one thing: their emphasis on well-designed, award-winning projects in strategic location suits buyers seeking for a premium lifestyle or investment potential.
Sim Lim has two projects, like I said earlier on, Treasure Crest and Treasure at Tampines. These two projects are currently in their own area within a 1.5km radius, the highest transacted properties in that area. Champion transactions in that area within the last 12 months. Now I challenge you to find me a Hoi Hub project that does the same thing in their own areas. Transactions equals to demand. And it can't be high demand because it's bad quality, am I right?
Both developers have strong track records and high BCA conquest ratings, indicating good workmanship and quality. Sim Lim, the developer of the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95, has a strong reputation for well-designed layouts and consistent quality, with their projects performing very well in their respective areas. Hoi Hub and Sunway Development, who are behind the mixed development at Tampines Street 94, also have a solid track record, particularly with premium, well-designed projects in strategic locations. While some of their launches have had mixed results, their developments are known for their premium lifestyle appeal and solid build quality. Overall, both projects promise high quality, but the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95 seems to have a slight edge in terms of consistent quality and customer satisfaction, as evidenced by the strong performance of their previous projects in the market. If I had to choose one based purely on quality, I'd lean slightly towards the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95.
So ChatGPT, can you give us an overall score for both projects and tell us which one of us won this debate?
3, 2, 1!
Based on all the factors discussed, here's an overall score and reasoning for each project. Tampines Street 94 mixed development, 4.3 out of 5. Location, 4.5 out of 5, exceptional due to direct MRT connectivity and integrated commercial amenities. Pricing, 3.8 out of 5, but justified by its features and potential for strong appreciation. Exit strategy, 4.2 out of 5, strong potential due to first mover advantage, proximity to HDB upgraders, and convenience. Quality, 4.0 out of 5, high quality development with a premium feel, though not as consistent as Sim Lim's track record. Tampines Street 95 Executive Condominium, 4.4 out of 5. Great location with close proximity to MRT and amenities, just a short walk away. Pricing, 4.5 out of 5, more affordable, especially with government grants making it attractive for a wide range of buyers. Exit strategy, 4.3 out of 5, strong future demand from HDB upgraders and a good price advantage upon MOP. Quality, 4.5 out of 5, consistently high quality with a strong track record which enhances long-term value. Overall, the executive condominium at Tampines Street 95 edges out slightly with a 4.5 out of 5, primarily due to its strong value proposition and consistent quality. The mixed development at Tampines Street 94 follows closely behind with a 4.3 out of 5, excelling in location and convenience.
So AI has spoken, but who do you think actually won this debate?
So what other projects do you want us to debate about? Leave it down at the comment section below.
And if you like this video, please like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Louis.
This is David.
And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.